So here we are on the Forerunner server, and we have another new patch coming in, which introduces some brand new features to the game. Mystical has covered it in his video, but now we're going to cover it here and talk about what that means for us. We're also going to have a look at the new Demon Soldiers, which everyone, I hope, had an opportunity to open their stores today, and have a look at some of the upcoming summon events, as well as go over what's coming up in the Tya Marketplace. So stick with us while we tell you what's going.
All that, you didn't mention your haircut.
All that, and I didn't mention my haircut. No, didn't feel the need.
Oh, right, okay. Looks good.
So here we are on the Forerunner server. I'm Octurus, that's Mystical, and yeah, we have a lot to cover today. So let's just dive straight into it with the patch notes, which introduces some fun stuff. We had a little mini one the other week, which brought in some changes to Xena and so on, but we've got some more stuff happening now. So this is going to land on Forerunner on Tuesday morning. Basically, some more little fixes. So Twinfiend's getting an issue with rage on the skill interface when Twinfiend's ultimate is at level 2 and 3. So let's just go to the gallery, because I don't think that is clear at all. So Twinfiend, rage. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Happy days, then.
No, oh, no, Infernal Rage. No? Oh, no. But, I mean, okay, his artifact definitely has a feature whereby it gains rage when you are using his basic attack. It adds additional rage, so you can cycle his rage more and get more out of him. But that patch note as written didn't make a hell of a lot of sense. So Devil's Gaze, basic attack restores 1.7 rage, and that's maxed out, but it was saying something at level 2 and level 3. Always helpful when the patch notes are super clear. Display issue with rage on the skill interface.
Yeah.
Twinfiend's ultimate is at level 2 and 3. Okay, fine. Visual bug fix. Forget it. Jezebel, really tiny change. Basically, the tooltip has now added the duration in an obvious place. It's now stated it lasts 10 seconds. So Yue has right. This is a nice
massive changes.
Yeah,
massive. This is absolutely fantastic.
So rather
her ultimate was too long, wasn't it? For when she arrived, it was just too long. She jumped on the screen, danced around for about 4 hours, and then did her attack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she can still come on and do that, but now, if there's enemies in range, she's going to get on with the job in hand and actually do the ultimate, which is fantastic. But there's not the only hero that needs that, then, is there? I think there's quite a few who have too long intros for themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
nice to see once, but it gets on my nerves if you've done it a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, Lady Mina takes a while to. Lady Mina's transition to her ultimate is one which irritates me with how long that does. So if they could work,
and she's got a nice little, and she's got a nice little effect to help her out as well, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's getting an AOE damage reduction by 80%, so that is quite nice. And then what else? And then this one, she gets a buff to her true damage. So her true damage was 200%. It's now going up to 270. Yeah. So nearly another 50% on there, isn't there? So that's quite nice. And the exclusive goes from I think a 20% to a 50% chance, isn't it, to put Radiant Erosion on? She'll be able to do that with Valk soon. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. We'll get to that. Don't get ahead of yourself. And I'm a fan of this. I think this is a long time in coming. Justice finally for Boreas. He's joining the North Throne faction. Ever since his introduction, everyone's like, "Why is this
Everyone
who does all this for us not in the North Throne?" And they're finally adding him to it. And I think it's nice.
How many times did you search for him in the Northern faction?
Oh.
Go to galleries, Northern. Oh, he's not in there, is he? No, Esteran's right. I was scrolling down. Where is he?
Yeah. So that's a really nice one. I'm hoping he gets a faction. He'll get an we'll get onto aspects shortly, but I think I hope he gets a little buff that lets him add out some Winter's Bite on top of everything.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, they have done Winter's Bite with a lot of the Northerners, haven't they? They've really been pushing Winter's Bite. So I don't know. Does he let it off anyway? Does he? I can't remember. No, haven't read through his kit. He does freeze, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I remember.
He does freeze and slows.
And that's all good stuff.
His Eternal Ice Haven interacts with freeze. And I think 3 stacks of Winter's Bite causes a freeze, which would then trigger him as well. So there is still some synergy there, but it's
not as much as when he first came out.
No, well, that's when he did it across half the bloody map. I mean, his AoE was...
He was a beast.
He's an absolute beast. I mean, it's still massive, but it was bigger than that when it was first out there. So, yeah. Part of me would like him to sort of head back in that direction, but at the same time, he was so broken in Arena. You just get him down, and he was the win condition for AoE Arena. It was absolutely crazy. Right. So hopefully we're going to see more coming towards Boreas, but I think it's the first step in the right direction, getting him into his rightful faction. Optimize the rage mechanics for ultimates of heroes with the potent surge mechanism. So
this is nice.
This is really good. So this is your Valderons, your Uridins, and anyone else who double stacks their rage to do a stronger ultimate.
Really? People are hanging around for Uridin? Is that what we're saying?
No. I'm giving examples of characters who have the mechanics.
Oh, right, okay. Even though no one sees because no one uses him.
Yeah. If he didn't have to get his rage his health quite so low in order to sort of get him cycling, then maybe people would. But anyway, the current rage is currently when you activate it, it will take all the rage and reset it to 0, and then you'll start scaling from there.
So if I'm at 190 rage and I hit it, I get my normal 1 times ultimate and I use 190 rage.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whereas now what we're saying is I use my ultimate at 190 rage. When that's finished, I've probably got 100 and a bit left over because I'd have got some rage in between using it. I can go straight into another ultimate.
Yeah, so currently my single target arena team, I get to sort of like phase 6, 7, and the AoE mobs are coming out, and my Valdorin is slamming away, but I'm using like 180 rage and I'm not getting that chance to cycle back up. Now I'm just going to be able to chain those ultimates and keep building up quite nicely. So I think it's going to be really big buff for these guys who double stack their ultimate and just make them be able to cycle so much faster, at least at the level 1. Obviously the level 2 you're going to have to keep building up for, but there we go.
Here's your Lady Mina.
Well, yes but no. Fixed an issue where Lady Mina's visuals would occasionally appear incorrectly when she is stunned after casting her ultimate. So I'm assuming this is where she wouldn't return to the lady. She would remain as Dracula in the mirror. So we'll see.
This is nice.
Gallery of War.
I don't know why they've put it here, but it's nice.
Well, I guess it makes a change from putting it on Discord where no one reads it. So they put it in the patch notes where no one reads it. So, yeah.
Lots of people have it read to them, though.
So they received a lot of feedback about Gallery of War, and they're going to adjust it on the basis of that. So given how many people found the cheat codes for it and started slamming through really big scores, they're going to make it harder. Thanks, guys. Always in future, in beta content, do really, really badly. Yeah, because then they'll down tune it, and then you can hit it really, really hard when they actually fully release it. Never wail on beta content. Right. New gear sets. This is going to be fun.
Sort of new gear sets. Old gear sets re-released. So this is the gear sets I'm led to believe that were on the Chinese server for the Game of Thrones content.
Right.
There you go.
Well, so not new to what? New to global and forerunner.
Yeah.
So
yeah, interesting sets, I think.
Yeah. So I think this. So we got a nice little buff to the Infernal faction or anyone who does burning here. So
or have we? Because it doesn't say you have to apply the burning.
No.
So I could be wearing the set, stood back, safely out of range, being brave with my Harry Potter wand, and you could be up by the boss with a box of matches setting fire to him. So every time you set fire to him, if I've got that set on, do I get the buff?
Well, that's
because it just says each time burning is successfully inflicted on an enemy, not I successfully inflict the burning.
Yep, that's true. That's what definitely want to test. The next one is going to be a good one for any HP scaling fighters. So this looks like they've given it. This looks to be an offensive set, but which boosts HP. So previously, if you were having a HP scaling fighter, you'd put them in defense gear because that gave them the HP buff. This is going to be an offensive gear that gives you a buff to your HP. So it might be, I would hope that it was weighted to putting out HP substats as well as the attack speed, crit damage, crit rates stats that you want on offensive gear, but just tuned into that, giving you as much HP as possible.
And we assume both of these are going to be from Gear Aid 1?
I don't think they're adding any new gear to Gear Raids. I think they're just going to add it to Forges.
No, these aren't Forges. These are going in Gear Raids. These are not forgeable. Two gear sets were dropped from Gear Raid and Gear Dungeons.
Oh, right. So, yeah, well, I guess, yeah, they would give, well, those two would.
The 2-piece sets have got to be Gear Dungeon 1 then, haven't they?
Gear Raid 1, yeah.
And then the other one, Gear Raid 3 for a laugh. Has it got a 50-50 chance?
Gear Raid 3, but if it went in Gear Raid 3, that would be so overpowered because that would just be the complete offense set farming zone. Then you wouldn't farm. Yeah. You wouldn't want to farm Gear Raid 2 at all. Not that many people do. I think they're going to add it to Gear Raid 2 just to wind everybody up.
Oh, okay.
I think
we will see you next week for who's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the demon's better in Gear Raid 2 than Gear Raid 3, but the gear is better from Gear Raid 3 than Gear Raid 2. So, new Tactician's artifacts, increasing healing effects. So that's a really good use case. Well, I guess you might want to put it on Astrael, but there's already.
Oh. I was going to go with, are we getting more healer tacticians?
Well, yeah, that's another possibility. But
so 1 and 3 here, isn't it? On this, they go together.
Yeah.
They've messed it up with 2. I don't know idea. They've put them in the wrong order.
Yeah. So, boss for artifact material range was incorrectly applying 100% damage increase buff to itself when triggering the power of unyielding. If this buff applied to be this happened to be spelled, the boss would cast skills during unyielding. Following the bug fix, this buff has been removed. Boss will no longer cast skills with high damage multiplier during the power of unyielding. While this may affect some water fights, the overall battle difficulty will be reduced, making the battle more stable and easier to control. If you encounter any issues, try using Power of Dominance to clear the stage again. Okay, fine. And the artifact material raid experience, the boss will no longer cast shield skills during invincibility. Okay, so that's good.
They've made him just more stable, which does make for a not necessarily easier fight, but certainly less frustrating fight where you're trying to do everything as you think is correct.
Yeah.
But if he decides to chuck shields on while he's invincible, or chuck massive power-ups on him when you've dispelled them, it can be quite annoying. Yeah,
definitely. Added a bulk assemble button to the storage shard screen to quickly assemble shards. So rather than having to go into your storage area and individually click them all and do them all together, you'll just be able to go assemble everything and it will do it all for you. So nice. And they've added the Gouda toggle. So for those of you who are complaining that you couldn't stare at Nike in the shop, you're now going to be able to turn off the dialogue boxes. Or you could just come along to the demon shop and wait a couple of seconds while that dispels, and then you'll be able to just stare at it if that's what you want to do. So there you go.
They mentioned the dwarf. Do you think they were fibbing?
Well, it's the Dwarven Association shop, and someone did actually submit a suggestion, and it went in Dev Insights as well, complaining that people couldn't stare at the skin they purchased for it. Oh, look, it dropped off anyway. So yeah, anyway, Guna toggle is going to be available. So the key thing, the interesting thing, which is also coming, that's not really mentioned in the patch notes at all. This thing called aspects. Aspects is basically it's a level up. It's a level up to different older heroes. So in this, we'll just read through some of it. Or Mystical, you want to give the crib notes on it, and we'll start talking about it from there.
Okay, so what they're doing is they've got this thing called aspects. It was originally called forms, wasn't it? But they've changed it to aspects. Don't know why. And essentially, it is the next level of progression for your heroes. So after you've max leveled them, max promoted them, then you have the option of some of them having these aspects. And there are various aspects that will be available to various heroes of. Most of them we don't know, but the two they're releasing are Silas and Valk. Yeah. Good choices, I feel, the first ones. And we will have one aspect of each one of them available on Tuesday. And then it's not until the 21st, I think, of September, is it?
21st of September.
There's an event on. There's a sign out. I don't know what the event is. I presume it's just an event within where we just go along during the event and sign into it, don't we? I presume it's not another event.
I think
AC's still running there, aren't they?
Yeah, once they've had multiple copies of Ezio, there's going to be an opportunity to pick up some of these as well. If I was a betting man, I would say that the patch would have landed on Global by this time, and we would be getting Global would be getting access to these at around the same time. So
I'm curious if we're going to see another patch by then where more heroes come out with it.
It would be interesting because let's just...
Only 4 weeks away. Yeah. So the other thing is they are going to be doing some more heroes. Yeah. I think it'd be nice if we saw 1 or 2 heroes a patch.
Yeah, definitely. So one thing that we noticed when we were getting ready for this video was... in the NYC video, if I can get this to work.
Yeah.
Basically, they introduced, there's a Salazar with a flame aspect.
Oh, you want to go back to that one? There we are. She's got a summon or something there, hasn't she?
She's got Hatsut's got something going on. She's got like a...
She's awesome anyway, isn't she?
Yeah.
I think she's got one of the best intros going.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Valderon, but he's got a big glowy chest. It didn't really show anything of his, so I don't know what. Maybe he's getting a bleed mechanic? I don't know. It's just red with a glowy chest. Here's Silas, and we looks like we've got Twyla here with an electric axe. So that's the sort of the 4 that they kind of dropped hints about. I wondered if these little reworks here were going to be indicative of one's going to the new faction, but obviously not. This is obviously tied into
aspects.
So yeah. So
Twinfiend and a buff, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
The thing is, she was such a good hero for a month, and that was it. And she's really interesting because you only really get the best out of her if you deploy her with Hex. So, I mean, that takes the bond skills to a brand new level. It's like you only get this effect if both heroes are on the pitch at the same time. And yeah, it was a nice way of like building up her critical damage every time he did so many attacks or something. Yeah. But then Sun Wukong came along, didn't it? And that was the end of her.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Silas, let's quickly go through this. So Silas is going to get 2 modes. One, it's soul sniping bounce, and it's going to reduce the multiplier by 40% when it spans out. And
doesn't say how many times it bounces, though, does it?
No, but if I was a betting man, oh, there we go. So this is the symbol that's been floating around. I can use this because Mystical used it in his video. So if anyone wants to blame, it's this man over here. He's got 3 arrows on that bow. Now, apart from being like, near impossible to actually fire a bow like that, I think it might do it like fire out twice at most.
Okay. Is that the one we find out about, or the one we don't find out about? I can't remember.
Wraithbane, I think we get straight away. Yeah, Wraithbane is stage 18 of Gear 3.
And then Drakesbane is from the event, isn't it?
It's Bravery's exhibition, which is, I mean, it's an easy enough event to do, but you just got to...
The other question, obviously, is where are they going to be after the event? So if I miss the event, I'm on holiday or something. Yeah. What happens after the event? Where do I get my aspect from?
Well, that's clearly not been defined at this time, but I think they're going to introduce either a new, so we've got the meteorites, or they'll do like shard recycle events, and then you'll be able to choose that as one of the rewards from it, or something like that.
Aspect shop,
yeah, because the shop's not busy enough. But see,
no, Apex shop. That's getting a rework, isn't it?
Well, they did say that, so maybe that's where they're going to go.
Dev Insights today said it was getting a rework, didn't they? So maybe. But then you want Apex points available to everyone, then, don't you, all the way down through the arena?
Yes, and Apex, everything in the Apex shop, with the exception of the thing that costs 20 gems, is ridiculously overpriced.
It's overpriced,
3 times the price it should be. To make it a sensible price, and yeah, we'll see. So anyway, that Drakesbane aspect, you can get that free by doing stage 18, and the next one is the Drakesbane, which it changes his his type from physical to magic. He basically takes look at Hex, sticks 2 fingers up at him and says, "Piss off! I could do your job better." And so he's going to have soul sniping on a magic damage. He's just going to be brilliant. I mean, it's going to it's going to be interesting to see where you can use him. But he's such a good character, and this is just going to make him open up a new realm of possibilities for him.
Yeah.
I think moving on to Valkyries. Valkyries are just, it's kind of what she needed for a while. She's her magic damage is never really been significant. No matter what you've done to her, no matter if you had the biggest shields on her, she didn't really do enough. So hopefully now, so the first one, the last light, adds every other basic attack, so every 2 basic attacks, inflict radiant erosion on the target for 10 seconds. If they've already got radiant erosion, deals 40% true damage instead, or 100% if it's during the ultimate. Now,
so she's going to be applying radiant erosion. She's going to do a hit, isn't she? Then she's going to apply radiant erosion. Then she's going to do she's going to do 40% true damage.
Yeah,
that'd be a normal hit, and then I would assume you might well be back to applying radiant erosion again.
Yeah. Now, if you pair it up with Oren, who does bonus tick damage based on the fact that someone's got radiant erosion on them, you could have some fun and games with that. So yeah,
if you've got Oren,
I
got King Hearts.
Oh, you got King Hearts, you lucky man. Is he A5 yet?
Yeah.
And the other one is the Everwinter aspect, which is during the ultimate expands the attack range. Now, I wonder if this is going to be like a 3 channel attack range, so the same as Oren's attack range. And then it's going to inflict 1 stack of Winter's Bite on the target for 3 seconds. Now, again, Northerners, Winter's Bite, we've just talked about how Winter's Bite is becoming a real mechanic for the Northerners. This, I think, fits into that as well. So it's definitely going to be an area to watch. So you kind of got one which is very focused on the Arbiters.
How big do you think her range would be there then? Do you think it would be 3x3, 3x4, 3x5?
So her basic, so let's see. So she's currently at A1. That goes out to 3, it'd be 4 tiles long. So I think, and then if you've got a shield, her ultimate increases by a further tile. So that would be 3x5, I think her range would be, which is quite significant.
That's massive.
Yeah, that's kind of up there with
messed up. Yeah. What's Jezebel's?
It's the same as Oren. Jezebel's is about 3x10 or something. It's insane. It goes halfway across the map.
So I don't know. I don't see it being up there with a Lord.
7. That says, but yeah, it's really, really big. I think it could easily be the same as Orange. She doesn't do as much damage as him by a long shot. And I don't even think these aspects are going to add it to that. So,
not yet.
Not yet. So, I mean, look, she's 4'2", and he is what's it? 600 and something. No, 5'4". So there's over 1,000 base damage difference on them. I mean, yeah, she gets a lot more attack buffs from the fact that she's got multiple factions. And gallery buffs, but yeah,
okay,
we'll see. Yeah, so pretty easy to do. To get hold of the first 2. The first one for Silas, you get, as we said, was clearing stage 18. Valkyria's you get from clearing every stage 15, with the exception of the Arbitration and Dominion faction trials, which I'm so glad that I completed stage 18 of that Arbitration and Dominion last week, so don't have to worry about those anymore. Anyways, 15 of the faction trials, and you get it. So again, it's a nice progression reward as you work through the faction trials.
Yeah, right. Go back to it again. Go back.
Back to what?
Right.
Gallery?
No, the Schnurgly, what's it? Aspects,
yeah.
All the way to the bottom. And now scroll back up a touch to the paragraph there. Stop, boom. There, that paragraph there is interesting.
Yeah. Attribute.
In addition to passive effects, aspect deployment will be available in future upgrades, granting more attribute bonuses and skill effects.
Oh,
so I think this is just like level 1.
So you know how I was commenting on your video about Marvel Red Stars?
Yeah.
God.
As long as it's not paywalled, I think we're fine.
Yeah. But how long until they sell an aspect? I mean, they sold a Soul Stone. What's to stop them selling an aspect?
As long as it's not permanently sold or only sold, then I think, yeah. The problem when they sold the Soul Stone, it was quite funny.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, oh, it's $100, that's expensive. And then someone wrote in on Dev Insights and said, why can I only buy one? It was nice to see the other side of the coin. I was like, well done. Yeah. Why am I limited to one? What's the point in that? Well done. Yeah. So I'm hoping there's more of this. I hope we get so many that we can't have the time or the stamina to do them all. And then that way you've got to pick and choose where you put your resources. But yeah, well, as long as it's behind a paywall, I think I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
That would be my sort of take initially. But I think this is good. I think on the whole, from the face of it at the moment, it seems to be hitting the right sort of markers. I think people are excited by it, and you should be. Whether Crash will ever get one, who knows? Maybe he'll never get one, and he will always be the poster boy child for shit summoning.
I really hope they do something and make Crash just this absolute beast.
Because of all the people that have sold him.
Yeah. I think it'd just be so funny. He's going to get cracked.
If he has a banner coming up soon, that would be interesting. Would they release a banner before they release news that he's got an aspect coming?
No, they would tell you. They'd release.
And would people pull on it?
It depends who he's paired with. Yeah, it depends who he's paired with. Because especially with summons getting the opportunity to, they've got this
resonance points.
The resonance points. So yeah, if you've got someone A5 and you can get the resonance points to get someone. So maybe.
Yeah. So who else is going for aspects then? So Luster's got to be in with a shout, haven't they? They've mentioned her a few times in Dev Insights. They are looking at her. So she's got to be in with a shout, hasn't she? I would have thought, or is she a straight up buff?
I don't know. I think she's got issues surrounding her entire kit these days. So I think she needs a ground up, scratch level rework of the basis that they did with Lady Mina, where they basically look at the entire kit, they look at how it's used, they look at what she's bringing to the team, and actually go, is this what we want to do in this with this character, who is a limited character, a limited availability character. So yeah, they're supposed to be good. Okay, they broke the mold with some Wukong and Kigiri and make them completely overpowered. But yeah, they're supposed to be better than the average hero. And Lust was good for maybe half a season of GVG, and then she just dropped off, and that's not what you want.
So I think she's up there for a shout, isn't she?
Maybe an aspect, if not an entire level rework.
So who else then? There's a lot of old heroes. I suppose there's always Silas's other half, Vienna.
Yeah. I mean, she suffers a little bit from zero rage regen, but obviously if you can get it into certain stages where the boss is deploying an anti-rage mechanic, then you can probably exploit that, because she can't lose rage if she's not gaining rage. So
yeah, I suppose my issue with her is fitting her into a team. By the time I've picked Ezra, then I've picked probably Felice, and then Beatrix, and then Beelzebub. I've only got one more slot available, and that's probably a normal straight up healer or something. So I mean, it's fitting her into a team more than anything now.
Yeah, definitely. She's hard to fit in a 5-person comp here for the cultists.
If she can't feed the Lord, there's an issue.
Yeah, and Demi's Lord skill is very, very difficult to use in lots of content because of its range. It's great once it gets going at A1, but just that base level sort of range that she's got is just, it's not good enough to sort of get out, catch people out to make use of it. So there's that. What else could do with that? Well, yeah, I mean, fire up the gallery.
Oh, there are loads, aren't there? Blimey. This just springs out there straight away. Don't get any play time. Yeah, there's quite a few ancient heroes in there I would pick out. Like you say, Twilight, we think maybe she's getting one anyway with the she's getting a electric one.
Yeah. So
yeah,
she could be good. I think there's stuff they could do with Callista because she was so disappointing.
Oh, she is shit. She's the worst hero in the game.
Worse than Crash. Wow, that says something.
But the thing I disliked about her is they presented her as this Gear Dungeon 2. She's going to single a lane for you, do the knockback. She will take care of that lane. And no, she doesn't. She doesn't do any shit. She's terrible. That's it.
You need her like A3 in order to like even get her rolling because they really nerfed the knockback mechanic on her. So.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. No. Yeah, that's why I hated her so much, is because she was advertised as this so great, going to solve everything for you, and she was just dire. Constance, there's another one I would stick in the pot for an aspect. Yeah,
Constance, she doesn't do enough healing, and she doesn't do enough buffing to be
enough tanking.
Yeah,
it just falls short on all aspects of her kit.
Yeah.
But she was the original OG ground-based healer, wasn't she? So that's where.
And now Draylin does her job better because Draylin
with ease,
because it brings damage reduction and final damage reduction. And at A1, you're getting
increased damage, massive rate. Yeah. I mean, she's just Constance 3.0, isn't she? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Absolutely. Maybe if I wanted a tank out of Erlang, he could get one.
Is Nyx and Calypso falling behind?
Calypso, yes. I think Nyx still has enough going with her penetration in her kit to be valid as she is. I don't think she necessarily needs something. But Calypso, again, I think Calypso could definitely do with one.
Cetram, possibly then, if Silas is available. See, if Silas is the marker of what's available, then it's everyone that I would have, even with Silas and below. I mean, it's quite a formidable kit.
Yeah.
Or a formidable number of heroes I'd put in there then. Because you were saying Hattie looks like she's getting one, and she's fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, Fenris definitely could do with one.
You do like your space goat, don't you?
No, well, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to make use of him. That's why I think I need something from him. Micah needs to do something because she's not quite there. Lynx has had a rework recently. She's got her Winter's Bite stuff in her kit. So I think she just needs...
I saw her in a GVG defense team earlier.
Oh.
It wasn't fantastic, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't fantastic, but it was interesting to see that someone was pushing a Winter's Bite team. It was an interesting concept. You know, probably needed a bit more work to be meta, but I thought, nice to see that someone's playing around with it. Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
she's a disaster. Yeah,
yeah. Kurosa, she needed a different range to the one they gave her.
God. Nocturne. Oh, let's do him. He should get one.
He does true damage, though, and he does decent amounts of true damage.
Yeah, but he was my first legendary, so I have a soft spot for him.
Yeah.
So when I started playing, I had to take him everywhere. He's my first legendary. Who am I picking? Right, Nocturne? Yeah, so
I got Calypso. So yeah, I had a sort of
okay.
pain entry into the game. So yeah, I think there's a couple. I mean, they've tried to make Venoma better. Maybe she needs something else in her kit. But we'll see. Healers, legendary. They did mention that they were going to look at Tallulah's healing. In the demo.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
They said that they recognised that her healing performance, even with the kit, the buffs and everything, her artifact and her gear was not as strong as it could be. So they're going to look.
I really like her.
I like to.
I've only recently got her. I absolutely love her. I think she's a great hero. She could do with a little buff, a little tweak would be nice. Should be absolutely top draw then, I think. But yeah, interesting hero.
Yeah, I mean, the fact she can do AoE damage reduction, she does rage regen, she's got really good range. Yeah.
When's she being released? Healer at the bottom.
Laudine, otherwise known as the original Camille. I don't know, but she is still the only hero.
She's got interesting. She's the only hot, isn't she?
Heal over time, yeah.
Interesting mechanic. They've never pushed forward on it, have they?
No, which is just a bit of a shame. They kind of done it with like having units with smaller intervals, so they're constantly ticking. So you get that. It's what distinguishes a fast tick, slow level healer like Aylin versus a heal over time unit. And I don't think they ever like worked out how to make it distinct enough, and so they just kind of went down we'll have fast ticks, small heals, and big heals, and then we'll have healers who do unyielding and healers who do AoE damage reduction. And that's kind of the route they went down, and they just kind of abandoned Laudine. So
I thought she had an interesting mechanic. Would have been fun. But
I think it is an interesting mechanic. I don't think there is a bad tactician. So I don't like him, but he's a decent enough character. So I can't make him work, but I'm told he works really well in certain compositions.
Just none of the compositions you're running.
Well, I think all of them are like, oh yeah, once you get him to A3, he's absolutely like godsend. It's like, I barely got him at A1, and I didn't want him A1 at the time because I was after another hero. So yeah. So he's got that salt in my wound. But okay, that's kind of where we are on the update. One thing that rolled out last week in the patch was this challenge mode for the thing we would.
How'd you get to it?
So it's directly behind, next to the campaign. They kind of cut the campaign button in half, and they stick legend on the front. And then you get a selection of epic heroes, which, as expected, are completely fixed levels, fixed ungeared, and then you just have to go through the challenge stages. The rewards are pretty decent. You get at least one advanced recast hammer out of it. You get ancient summons out of it, as well as some other things. So probably half day's gameplay in here, just experimenting and pushing through. Some of the stages are more challenging than others, just working out where to put units. But yeah, pretty good fun.
Hopefully they'll fix them all.
Yeah.
They should have been fixed by the time it comes to global. So that would be a bonus for you.
And yeah, Demon Soldiers. So Demon Soldiers, yep. So Demon Soldiers are out now. We've got the rest of the Granite faction. So the Captain is absolutely busted. I am going to show you some runs where I tested him in some season 15 matches. And you can see exactly what he's like in the real world. Definitely worth picking up if you've got the coins, or if you get it from the chest. Congratulations. Hit this slam to everyone is just brilliant. It does massive damage and stuns, and this sluggage mechanic is interesting, but it's not game breaking, but it's painful if you get it. And this boulder launch is just brilliant. It's going to really mess up GVG.
Yeah.
And the fact that some of the rest of his cohort can bring it out as well. We're going to see more and more cleansers coming to the heal lineups of GVG, because you're going to need to be able to deal with all the debuffs that are getting thrown out now.
Yeah, he is a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more wins going your way. There you go.
Faction so if you manage to get him to level 3, faction soldiers periodically restore HP equal to 5% of their max HP. Wow. And other demon soldiers periodically restore HP 2% of their max HP.
2%.
So that's basically the defense mechanic of they've got reduced damage reduction, reduced damage anyway, because he's granite. And then he's going to heal, which is basically the blood spring thing. So he's basically taken the best parts of Glacius and of Lady Mariath, a massive AoE attack, a massive long-range platform-focused attack, and they put them all into one unit.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's brilliant. It's
I want 2 of him. So, the other. So they've buffed a bit of the other faction, haven't they? We've got a couple of new heroes in the Blood Spring faction, or something, is it?
Yeah, so Blood Spring's got two new ones.
Does that make this faction usable?
Well,
other than the Captain?
The Captain... So, overall, they've got some decent units. The Archer's really, really interesting. He's very, very good at picking off platform units way in the back. So, the first person to shoot him, he will unleash this ghostly arrow at. And that can be used for picking off units who are kind of out on their own or outside of a healer range who will attack. Doesn't work on Jezebel, but Jezebel has a hard counter now in the Granite faction with the big attacks from there. So we'll show you that. And this is just another thing. And they've got more flexibility because of the two phasing of the boss. He's good at sharing damage. He's kind of a healer as well, but he's just a bit expensive.
Didn't get any play time though, did he?
I've used him a couple of times, but not extensively. These guys are rubbish.
Yeah.
It's a nice concept because they can only take 20% max HP, and you get 3 of them in one drop. So
is there too much AoE about for them to be usable though?
I think so, yeah, that's it. If no one's running just like a pure single target team, everyone's just running massive AoE teams these days. These guys are an interesting concept. These are new ones. They do bonus damage against shields. So the idea is they can shred through Cadgrim and Boreas and Brokir, but what actually happens is they melt before they get there. When HP is below 50%, they gain an extra 40% magic damage reduction. Doesn't matter. They die as soon as they get there. They should be immune to all CC effects if they get to a level 3. And at level 5, they are able to inflict rage regen reduction, which could have an interesting mechanic if you can get there. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. At the moment, for me, my initial test with them is they're not quite strong enough. Maybe they just need more levels, but the upgrade stones are just too valuable to waste on experimenting with them at higher levels. Now, this guy is an interesting concept. He's got inflicts a decreased healing received, and that can stack up to 9 times, so up to 90% reduction in that. 90% reduction in healing, so it really screws people up. What's really interesting is when he gets the 0 health, he becomes immune to damage, becomes invisible, and can then walk through the tank into the back line and spread this debuff around on other units.
And it can do that.
Sorry?
Or is he dead before he gets? Can he do that, or is he dead before he gets there?
Well, he can move for 3 seconds. As soon as that, he does.
Yeah, but it's no good if he's dead 5 seconds before he gets to the front line.
Yeah, no, he's got plenty of health. He can get up to the tank.
Okay.
But what he struggles with is he almost needs a CC immunity in his kit, I think, for me. You could pair him with the Scaleskin Shaman to give him that bit of speed to help counteract any slows that are on the pitch. But yeah, I think of the GVG faction, this is the most unfocused because there's so many different debuffs that they're putting out. So she's doing anti-rage regen, he's doing heal reduction, these guys are doing damage reduction.
Those guys are doing nothing.
Well, they're not doing anything. In theory, they should be, but they just melt too quickly.
That HP needs to go from a B to an A as a minimum.
Yeah. Sorry, it's these guys who do the Mortal Curse. So reduce the damage by 10%, stacking up to 8 times when they're killed. So again, if you can get some of these other units, I think he's almost too expensive to use effectively, and that limits the functionality of making this a debuff heavy GVG composition team that you would want to like focus on, rather than just going, oh, I need someone to snipe someone off, I'll grab him, or I need someone to stop them being able to heal properly, I'll bring him, heal the tank, so I'll bring this guy out. And then some of the others are, she's just not strong enough to do anything, and he's just too niche to really get into using at all. I mean,
other than that, good little faction. Yeah, happy with them.
But I mean, I think these guys are going to be really interesting. This guy is another one who throws massive boulders across the pitch at platform units. So, ranged attack hits target. Additionally, deals minor damage to their adjacent target. So AoE damage thrown across the pitch. Granite damage, reduced damage reduction. If you get him to A5, inflicts 2 stacks of sluggish per throw. As we've shown, sluggish is really, really powerful. Definitely going to be one to try and build into your team lineup. This guy is interesting. Extremely high damage per tick. Can inflict sluggish as well. So when he gets to 0 health, this guy speeds up. So again, kind of taking the focus, I guess.
The next guy is the fun one.
Yeah. I can't see anything here that's like really enhances basic attack, reducing the basic attack interval by 30%. So that's it. So he attacks more quickly. But yeah, lots of health, lots of HP. Sorry, lots of attack, lots of HP. Moderate defenses, and speeds up on death.
Yeah. Hits like a truck though, doesn't he? Apparently.
Yeah.
You know, very tanky. Hits like a truck. This one interests me.
Is less tanky, but he's got massive attack range. Hits 3 tiles in front of him. Inflicts sluggish, so slowing down the counter attacks. Demon Soldier periodically gave 10% P damage and M damage reduction, right? So it's stacking up to 50%. So he gets stronger over time when he starts taking damage. So if you get him out there with a healer, that could be really interesting.
So those GVG teams that put themselves all the way at the back may not be so great now.
No, not at all. He's immune to CC at level 5 and further magic damage reduction. But this is just going to be brilliant. Those teams, as you say, those teams that line up very neatly for you. This guy's going to come in. You're going to slam, and it's just going to go straight through everything.
Song Wukong teams, things like that. That'll take out the Clo, past the tank, Song Wukong behind. Could be interesting. See, I mean, it depends how hard he hits, so doesn't it? It depends how hard that hit is. But
yeah. But yeah, it has. But it then comes down to what the healer can deal with, because a lot of these healers are single target. They're not able to cope with healing multiple people at once. So yeah, okay, you've got a Nerissa here who's got an A5 Nerissa with 2 aspects out, 2 buffs out, but she isn't able to deal with the incoming damage from the guy. Okay, test environment. We don't know exactly what's going on, but interesting concept. Could be very, very, very good. These guys look fun. Throw out sluggish when they die, and yeah, we're back to Captain. But yeah, he's just brilliant. So I will just jump into our GVG match. We're getting our asses handed to us. So well done, Darkside. You guys are cracked. This is my first 2 runs playing with the new Demon Captain. I did dry rust this in a sandbox first. My BP was well under the BP I was up against, but it was just the concept of it I just thought was so fun. It was worth it giving it a go, and it's brilliant. So drop a healer in, drop the captain, and then AoE.
And everyone dies.
Everyone takes a big hit. And then he comes around.
Particularly useful against Drac teams, isn't he?
Just chaotic teams in general, because their health gets so low.
Yeah.
And then he just absolutely slams them. For some reason, Carnelian didn't really... she did use her thing there, but it wasn't enough to stop her getting stunned. And then, yeah, he just has to pick up another orb, which he does in a second, and pick up another stone. He does the AoE, and that's it. Carnelian goes down, and it's game over now, because he just picks up another stone, throws it in the back. Jezebel goes, and because it's AoE, it also takes out Valara as well, and it's just walk through to the end. And
fantastic unit. He's got enough to pick up, though, isn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely. And the other one was using Varro. So Varro Dracus, obviously, he's pretty unique unit. People haven't quite worked out how to use him yet. Quite good in GVG if you can keep him going. This time, same sort of concept. Healer out just to slow down things. Let them drag their health down. Yeah, he just slammed. And they all died before they could do anything. So
yeah.
So yeah, really, really fun unit. I do think Jezebel as painful as she was in GVG, is now going to be more limited in GVG unless she's getting healed constantly. But
AoE healers can't keep up with a well-geared chomp, can they?
No. It's going to be a lot of balancing, I think, between AoE damage reduction on these teams and what you're going to do with it. So
yeah,
or we're going to need new healers.
Oh, tactician healers for the new artifact.
Healers don't sell well in general, but I think if it's bringing something to the game which is interesting, then maybe they will get something away with it. Right. What else did I say we were going to cover? Assassin's Creed. So what do we know about the Assassin's Creed? Starts August 20th. Definitely getting Eovar, Varney's daughter, and Cassandra that first weekend. It looks like it's going to be on both blue summons and divine summons, and if you do your summons, a total of 200 summons across your blues and your divines, you are guaranteed to get Eovar, and Cassandra is going to be guaranteed on 90.
It's good to see that they're all guaranteed. That is really nice.
Yeah. And then we're getting into the following weekend. It's Bayek and Ezio. No, is Ezio the same weekend? Yeah, Ezio's the same weekend. Ezio looks like you're definitely going to be able to get him a 0 free. There is an event where you may be able to pick up another copy, so that would be to A1. Then you've got the summon event, so that might get him to A2. If you manage to get him on your summon event, you'd get him straight to A3. And A3 was really where his ramp damage was. So
it picks up, yeah.
That's going to be interesting. But what we also know is that there are 2 more heroes coming. Evie Friar and Ezio Del Nui, or I think is how it was called on the
Dark.
podcast. Yeah. Dark Ezio, who's a chaotic fighter area anti-air unit, who we don't have any details of, who will be available at some point towards the end. I would say sometime before the 20th of September would be this final unit, these final 2. 21st of September, yeah, exactly.
Well, that's when they said in the aspects there was that event coming on, didn't they?
Yeah.
So if we're going for the end, I would assume the 21st, when they run whatever this event is for the aspects, that event there would be for the 2 new ones. I mean, there's no insider trading there. It's just a complete, but just sort of trying to piece together, because that would be the Monday that week, wouldn't it? So I'd presume the Friday is the 25th of September. Would that sit right, that weekend?
Yeah, 25th of September would be the Friday, so yeah, 26th, 27th. But if you're working on the same concept that you would need 90 and you would need 200 to get Eevee, then that's kind of what you need to be thinking in the back of your mind as you're doing your summons over the next couple of weeks. So you need 200 Blues Divines to get Eovar, you need 200 Blues Divines to get Bayek, you need 90 to get Cassandra, if you want to get Ezio on the summon pool, you need 90, or if you want to hold that 90 to guarantee to have a chance of getting the Dark Ezio, then you can do that as well. And you probably need another 200 for Eevee Friar. So 600 summons across Blues and Divines you need. There's probably going to be around 130 or so summons across as rewards throughout the event, on top of all your other GVG events, or on top of all of your other rewards from doing the Immortal Codex and so on. So you're going to be able to get more stuff over time. It's about a month away to when this thing's coming out. but it's still not necessarily very, very long if you're looking at getting up to what they say. So 100, 190, 180,
600, 270.
Yeah, 270 ancients and
600.
600 blues. So
there's no confirmation that the last two are at 290, is there?
No, there isn't. That is pure speculation. But I'd say
so. They could just be straight in the pot on a normal summoning rate banner, couldn't they?
They could, but I just, given that everything else is guaranteed, I find it really odd that they would then not. They would do that for the other two. I kind of figure that they follow the same mechanics for the rest of the heroes. So
it's a nice theory.
It is.
I hope it pans out.
Yeah. I know what I'm doing. I've got a pretty good stash of materials ready for summoning. So at
180.
Yeah. And about just 75, 76k's worth of diamonds. So plenty of materials for summoning there. But it's going to be a case of what I do with my ancients. Because I think for me, on the blues, it's Eovar's looking really, really good, really, really strong. Cassandra's look absolutely amazing. If you're looking at any Malric where there's a rage regen mechanic, a rage reduction mechanic, I think she'll be a good hard counter to that, because she just gets her rage by killing things, not rage per se. She just does her thing. Obviously, that needs testing. And Ezio's just really, really good at killing things off and bouncing around, killing things, which is what you want from an assassin. You want him to jump around. You want him to kill things nicely. So I think that could be fun. Bayek, I just
watch your pity, I would say, with ancients.
Yeah,
that could play very much into whether you want to take 90 or a few more or a few less going forward to each one. Where you sit on that pity, I would make sure you're counting that right before you go on to the next banner, so to speak.
Yeah,
just have it in the back of your mind. Where do I sit with this?
Yeah, because you're 135 to 150 on non-Lord pity, so you could land really, really early. You could get it, and you could go, okay, well, I'm going to push, but that means I'm not going to have enough for the next banner. But yeah, it's, or you could spend. Obviously, during this period, the devs have got plenty of summon events going on. They've got things going on from next week with multi-platform top-up events. It looks like they're going to have some interesting bundles. You're going to be able to put together a pick your own bundle for about 4,999 W gold on one, and then you're going to be able to choose between 50 rare summons, 5 divines, or 10 ancients, and then the second part of it, you'd be psychic powers, skill crystals, or recast hammers, and the third part is XP bonus gold, which is it's like straight gold rather than like a gold bonus up. It's just like, no, we're just going to give you 120,000 gold, which is just a joke, or huge stamina potions. So the third one's only really got 2 choices in it, and then they've got various other summon bundles during the event, ranging from 999 W gold up to 29,999 W gold for the real whales out there. And
you getting that?
No, that's like that's like 300 quid. That's just, no. And those are the special events. Those are the regular bundles, which are available between August 20th and September 20th. Various things there. I will put this text of this into the description. But if you do spend, if you're interested in that, then by all means, I have a referral code. Please use it. It helps me out. And so does subscribing to the channel. It's like 40 odd % of you. Well, you can subscribe to Mystical as well. Actually, use his referral code. I'm never going to make any money off it. So use his, because he's got like 5 times the subscribers I do. So subscribe. Use his code. He might actually get some money out of it. But yeah, only like 50% of you are subscribed to my channel. I'm on 890 odd subscribers. I'm chasing the 1,000 subscribers, and I have been since I started this podcast. So please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out.
Yeah,
it will help me get to monetize.
More than that, I mean, you get adverts are coming either way, aren't they? And Google aren't paying their taxes. At least you pay taxes, don't you? So may as just subscribe to you. At least Google's got to pay someone then.
Indeed. So any final comments on what's going on? We have covered an awful lot today. Editing this is going to be a nice.
I don't think so. We've covered so much. I mean, we get weeks of drought of information, don't we? And this week there's just been so much of it. It's been ridiculous, day on day. So we got the aspects one day, didn't we? We got the patch notes, which look brilliant, and then we got dev insights. There's a couple of nice little bits in there. Yeah, just madness.
All the summon details came out for the Assassin's Creed event. So yeah, there's been just so much going on. That it's been really hard to keep up with all the stuff.
Okay, that's it from me.
Cool, and that's it from me. So we will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.
Cheers.